Good evening, YouTube. Back again. Back in the truck. Hotter than a demon's asshole here today. But sun's going down. It's about 9:30 Central Time. So thankfully it'll be getting cooler quickly. Wanted to talk to you about what you do, what you feel, and how you respond to the death of a dream. Now, disappointment comes to us all, especially if we are in a position where we have had a long-held dream that we know isn't coming true. Whether it's through our own inaction or whether the goal was lofty but didn't match us, whether it was a want that was outside of our skills. Hold on one sec. I'm going to roll this window down. So I just, I've had many times where my world kind of shattered. I've been married twice. The first divorce was a shock. The moment that I knew something was wrong was the moment that a deputy sheriff knocked on the door and handed me the papers. And that was crushing, because that was a woman that I had loved for 20 years. And no matter what I did, she just grew away. You know, she had some chemical issues that came from a pain incident in which she was prescribed to go on opioid painkillers. And in my belief, they left the candy-coated shell but hollowed out my girl. At that time, yeah, I was a wreck. Complete wreck. But I realized something. I was not where I thought I was. She was not who I thought she was, and quite frankly, I was not who I thought I was. And that made for a whole lot of introspection. That made for a whole lot of going very, very, very deep. And quite frankly, Jordan Peterson helped me a great deal in his psychological lectures that he did at, I believe it was Harvard at the time that he was recording them. It might have been the University of Toronto, but I thought it was still at Harvard where he was an adjunct professor. He helped me to realize that I had placed some expectations on that relationship that I had no basis to expect to come true. I had not done the work on me, which allowed me to delude myself so that I didn't see it coming. And if you haven't experienced a death of dreams or tragedy, number one, God bless you. Number two, really, really work on that introspection. Make damn sure you know who you are. Make damn sure you know where you fit. And the only way you know where you fit is to know who you are. Going deeply into yourself can be traumatizing. It really can. You're going to bring up stuff that is painful. But as we say, you emote, you get it out, you move on. And I want to give you an analogy of a river, okay? When there is a storm and things wash into the river, they just carry away. They go downstream. They pass on by. And the river's a lot like time. The only reason that guilt and that shame and that pain and that hurt is ever present and there is because we don't drop it. Now, is that going to mean that your pain will instantly disappear? Of course not. It takes a while to get out of sight. But I can tell you this much. I've been married for 6 years. Second marriage. After doing all that introspection. And while I can still say that I loved Heidi, my first wife, this relationship I have with my current wife, Nessa, is far better, and I believe it's because I am far better. But in order for that to happen, I had to let time carry it away. And to give you proof that time has carried it away, my ex-wife and I are still on very good terms, but I haven't really even thought about her in over a year. I haven't seen her in over 3. Last time I saw her, I believe, was my uncle's funeral 3 years ago. And I'm okay with that. In fact, I'm good with it. And I hope that she's able to do the same. I hope that she's able to let time just carry it away. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is you're going to need to feel this. It's going to be painful. But you're also going to have to lay it down. At some point, you have to lay it down in lieu of picking up something better. You can't hold something better in your hands if you're holding the destruction of what was. So, emote it. Whatever it takes, as long as it takes. If that means journaling, great, journal. If that means that you need to manage some anger, do that. In fact, do both. It's only going to make it better. And remember, while time may not heal all wounds, because that wound is still there for me, when I bring it up in my head, it still hurts. It still hurts. I got served while I was making her absolute favorite meal for supper, because I knew she'd be coming home from seeing our son, our adult son. That sort of duplicity, that sort of lying by omission, feels like a betrayal, and betrayal cuts deep. Took me a long time to get over it. If that's what you're experiencing right now, it'll take you a long time to get over it. If you feel like your dream was betrayed, whatever that dream was. But the one thing I can tell you is the world is full of dreams. Do the introspection, do the inner work, make yourself more known to yourself. Drop the old dream and pick up a new one. I promise you, it will be better than where it is now. Big love to you all. You have yourself a great evening, and I'm going to go on to a second video about those dreams, specifically mine, to give you an idea of knowing yourself and thinking outside the box to find your happiness. All right. See you there.